All right, so now that the holiday season has almost come and gone, yes, I still have the Christmas stuff up. It stays up till New Year's because my wife said so I kind of go with it. So today, we're going to preview a brand new show or a brand new segment that's coming to the channel where we talk about all the cool diecasts and memorabilia within the NASCAR world, and I literally have the key to unlock that cabinet behind me with all my cool NASCAR diecasts. So let's talk about it today on Diecast Download.
High, push it, checker flag, hell yeah!
What's the caution for? Mate?
Can they not push it in?
Stop anybody.
Come on, these guys! Way to go, boys!
One hell of a job, man. One hell of a job. Thank you so much.
I'm Alan Bailey, and before I use this key to open that case behind me with all the cool NASCAR diecasts and memorabilia, make sure that you mash that subscribe button so that you do not miss a video in 2024, and you can also mash the subscribe button on our brand new second gaming and esport channel, Team Chaos, with the link in the description down below, and you can also log on to arnrace.com for the latest motorsports news. ARN, the Motorsports Authority. So a little disclaimer, I've been collecting NASCAR memorabilia and NASCAR diecast for the better part of 25 years. So I have quite a lot of stuff, but unfortunately, a couple of years ago, I had my storage unit broken into and it completely wiped out a good chunk of my collection, unfortunately. So I kind of had to start over a couple of years ago. So I don't have quite the selection and quite the extensive collection that I once had, but I still have some pretty cool stuff. And thanks to this key, I'm going to go ahead and unlock all that cool stuff. And yes, this is an actual working key. You want to see? Let's take a look.
What are those?
Yes, I'm wearing Stitch pajamas with pizzas and donuts on it. Don't judge me. Ah. And yes, wearing Stitch pajama PJ bottoms while you film is guaranteed to get you at least an extra 25 to 50 views. You don't believe me? Go ahead and try it yourself. I'm just saying. I'm going to go ahead and start with this. NASCAR Monopoly. If you didn't know this existed, it exists. I've played it a couple of times. I'll give you a look at the back. This is actually a really cool one. This came out. It's a Sam Bass Collector Edition. Yeah, I've actually played with this a couple of times, but I'm kind of hesitant to because it is a collector's item. So I've used it, but in general, Monopoly ruins friendships, so I haven't dug it out too much, but I absolutely love it. It is a piece that I'm really glad that I purchased back in the 2000s, and I've held on to it ever since, and I absolutely love it. But going to the diecast collection, this is a collection that I kind of restarted the last couple of years, and they're not fancy, gold-plated, $100, $200 diecast. These are like, $15 diecast from like Toys R Us or KB Toys back in the day, sincerely. But we're starting with this one. It is the 2002 Interstate Batteries number 18 for Bobby Labonte and Joe Gibbs Racing. I absolutely love this thing. Joe Gibbs Racing originally ran Pontiacs before they went over to Chevrolet in, I want to say that was 03, 04, somewhere around there. And this to me is the champ. I mean, Bobby absolutely made this car iconic. This Interstate Green has always kind of proven to me that this is Joe Gibbs Racing. I wish Gibbs continued to run the 18. It's not Kyle Busch's number. A car from 2001 that isn't the one that you would think it is the number 29 Tasmanian Devil car. This is a Kevin Harvick car that ran in the Monte Carlo 400 out at Richmond. It was a promotional for the Looney Tunes to run with all the Chevy drivers. You could see Tasmanian Devil right there on a roll. And I mean, just to see Taz and these Looney Tune characters on the side of a car was such a cool promotion. It was for the Chevy teams in general. So there was, I want to say, like 7 or 8 different cars with different Looney Tune characters on it. It was so damn cool. And another car that I have here from 04 is Mr. Casey Kane's rookie car. And what makes this one interesting is on the roof, it actually says Ray Bestis Rookie of the Year instead of his number 9. But this car to me is Casey Kane. It is one of the best looking Dodge cars that we saw. They had just run a solid red car up until this moment. And in this car, you kind of see all of this really cool Dodge logo design here with the swoops of the black there. Don't know why they didn't continue that onto the quarter panels. I always thought that was weird, but I absolutely love this design. This is Kasey Kahne's rookie car, so that you have the rookie stripes there on the back, but I absolutely love that nose design. It was such an aggressive design compared to what Dodge had been running, and it looks absolutely cool. The glare's kind of killing us a little bit there, but I absolutely love it. And in that same vein, from the same year and the same team and the same driver, we have Kasey Kahne's Mopar Dodge. This one is super cool. It's a very iconic design for Mopar and for Dodge and Kasey Kahne. I think it's one of the better cars that we saw come out of 2004, particularly with Kahne. Obviously, you could see his rookie stripes there, but this is just such a very, very, very cool, iconic design overall. I'm really glad that Dodge and Mopar put this out there. I wish that they had run something similar to this all year long, but it's such a cool design. I absolutely love it. And that is shelf number 1. Let's go ahead and get shelf number 2. I feel like a gremlin trying not to get these cars smushed together when I put them back, honestly. Row 2 is cleaned out, and right here we're starting with this. The number 3 truck driven by Mike Skinner back in 95, baby. Look at that Chevy front end. Oh yeah. These were trucks, baby. These things were badass. And this is a massive, massive, massive thing. You can see the scale to me. Like, this thing is huge. I absolutely love it. Yes, you can kind of see in there, the roll cage is in there. No, the hood does... Oh, the hood does open! I didn't know the hood opened! I forgot the hood open! It's been a minute. But you can kind of see the detail in there. The red roll cage, which was very RCR mid-90s. The deck lid does not open, unfortunately, but you could just see the detail on this number 3 truck. It was such a cool truck, and yes, I know it's based off of seniors, but it's just such a cool thing. I absolutely love this thing because it is so tough. It is so badass looking. The window net is plastic. It's not, you know, a mesh like it normally is nowadays. The bottom, as you can see, the level of detail, not great. You can see the overhead shot right here. Yes, there's a little bit of dust on this thing. A lot of bit of dust from just age. This thing is one of the oldest things that's in my collection right now, but I absolutely love this truck. I really do. The thing that's really cool to me is look at that spoiler, how much edge there is here. This spoiler would be edge to edge nowadays, but now it's such a little thing here. It's fun to me to see that. And since we're in the Earnhardt realm, I picked up this Funko bobblehead. I simply had to when I saw this at Walmart a few years back. I think it was like a year ago I bought this guy, but this is just so cool. And I know I put some money in Teresa's pocket with this one, but I absolutely love the detail on this. As you could tell from the massive Funko collection, my wife and I love the Pop collection. So I had to get the Intimidator. It was just so darn cool. So this next thing is kind of weird. It is a little model kit thing that I picked up in the early 2000s and made it. I absolutely love it. A part of me wants to reskin this thing and do like a custom car. But I'm holding it in a certain way because it's one of these model kits that I built myself, and the glue kind of didn't work all the way. So like the sidebars literally come off unintentionally. So I didn't paint the thing because it looks good. Obviously, you could tell it looks really, really, really good. But I absolutely love this dirt car. And I love that I have to explain what it is to a lot of people. I think that's a lot of fun. And this next piece that's from that same one actually came from Disney. But it came from 2012, and that's the grand opening of Cars Land. It is the Piston Cup, and as you can see, she has seen better days. Disney memorabilia isn't the best, but it came from Cars Land in California. I was there opening day and opening week. I was a pass holder at the time, and I'm holding everything kind of on and together because it kind of is falling apart. But I absolutely love the fact that I have a little mini Piston Cup grand opening trophy in my collection. Thank you very much. Yes, I did that in my cup. And getting to kind of the bread and butter of what Diecast Download will be in 2024, and that is the 1/64 scale NASCAR authentic models. I did start picking these up a lot more frequently because my local Walmart and my local Target both started carrying them in pretty decent little quantities. So I started to kind of look around and kind of collect these again, and it's re-sparked my love of collecting diecast because it is so much more affordable to collect the 1/64 scale instead of these bigger diecasts that are, you know, upwards of $60, $70, $80. I'd love to collect those. I do not have the financial wherewithal to collect those. So that is why I collect primarily these 1/64s. And we are starting with Mr. Kimi Räikkönen, this number 91. I had people who knew nothing of NASCAR asking me about this car and about Kimi for this car, so I absolutely had to get it. And yes, I'm the guy who keeps them in the cases, but this is from 2023 wave number 2, and you can kind of see these are the cars from wave number 2 that were part of it back in earlier this year, I should say. I'm not necessarily going to buy every single one of these. I'm only going to buy the ones that I personally like. That's how I feel diecast collecting should be. And the thing that I'm going to do all season long in 2024 is I'm going to collect these 1/64th models, and I'm going to ask you guys to help me pick which ones go in that case and which ones stay in my collection and which ones go to my niece. My niece absolutely loves these things, and she would collect every single one of them and open them up and play with them like Hot Wheels, which I kind of want to help encourage, but at the same time, I want the Kimi Räikkönen car, and this one is just super cool. Ryan Blaney's Advanced Auto Parts Ford from earlier this year. This is 2022 wave number 6. It's a very cool one. There you can kind of see the rest of that wave as it appeared earlier in 2022. This is what NASCAR had in mind with sponsor exposure when they moved those numbers forward. And kudos to Penske for utilizing that space with this design, and for Advanced Auto Parts with a very simplistic, very cool design I absolutely love. In that same vein, Joe Gibbs Racing hasn't really done a great job of hitting the designs, let's just say, and maximizing the use of that sponsor logo on the car. However, this one, they mastered it. This is one of the Interstate Batteries cars. This is Martin Truex Jr. from 2023, wave number 2. You can see right there how much exposure there is of that sponsor decal. I wish it was a red 19 on the side instead of that white 19. That red 19, as you can see right there, just pops so much more. This one is probably one of the coolest 1/64ths in my collection right now, and that is William Byron's number 24 throwback from 2022. I mean, this is such a fire car. The original sponsor, the original car, the original owner, not the original driver, but I mean, it's so cool to see it, and so cool to see Axalta utilize all of that design space. This is 2022 wave number 10. There was actually a pretty good amount of cars and pretty cool designs that were a part of this wave. I wish I could have found more, but this one, I was so excited and so ecstatic. I was like a kid in a candy store when I found this in the toilet. I was sitting there, yeah, and my wife's just like, you're an idiot. I just saw the length on this video, so what we're going to go ahead and do and call this part number 1. Part number 2, we're going to go through those other 2 shelves. You can already see I've already cleared out shelf number 2, and that shelf is about to come next. So make sure that you go ahead and mash that subscribe button so that you come back for part number 2 of this first episode of Diecast Download, because of course it has to be a 2-parter. And make sure that you go check out our second gaming and esport channel, Team Chaos. The link is in the description below. And make sure that you go ahead and log on to arnrace.com for the latest motorsports news. ARN, the Motorsports Authority. Thank you so much for watching. For Diecast Download, Episode 1, Part 1, I'm Alan Bailey. We'll see you at the track.